This is Dr. Sudashi. In this video, I will show you about how awesome democracy is. Actually, my favorite presidents. So, I have made a list of my favorite presidents, and it's actually an image. I'm going to show you it at the end of the video. So, quick reminder: this might be extremely controversial, and it will be extremely controversial. There's some presidents that most people will hate that are my favorites. So let's get started. The first president that I have here is James K. Polk. Look to Western expansion. Mexican-American War. That's everything I can think of. Next up comes my next favorite president. Harry Truman, 33, one with atomic energy. Anti-communist. Democratic. I don't mean he's a Democrat. I mean he's supporting democracy. And that's all I can think of for him. Oh, and civil rights. Thomas Jefferson, number 3, doubled the size of a country. Ironically, I wrote Thomas Jefferson in the Jefferson font. Actually, the original Jefferson font does not have numbers, so I had to actually use the Declaration of Independence font. Then if you wrote, this is what the signature would look like. This is what its signature looks like. Thomas Jefferson, number 3, double the size of a country. Louisiana Purchase. Declaration of Independence. Anti-slavery. And yeah. Next up comes Bush 41 short solid bomb, freeing nation in desert storm. Persian Gulf War. Trying to lower taxes, even though completely failing. I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm a fiscal conservative. But actually, what's another thing George W. Bush did? But that's all I can say. But he still is a really good president. Next up comes Eisenhower, 34, commanded in the Second World War. That just told you one. He commanded in the Second World War. He also civil rights. Wrongly worded education, of course. That's the only one I can really think of, but he still is a really good president. Teddy Roosevelt, 26, speak softly and carry a big stick. Panama Canal. Speaking softly and carrying a big stick. That's really all I can think of, but he was a really good president too. First to be elected of African descent, Obama, a 44th president. Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. And the tourist. And that's all I can really think about right now. Next up comes 35th John Kennedy, assassinated in 63. Trying to overthrow the Cuban corrupt government.
anti-communist, pro-space race. Yeah. It's ironic how there's 3 things I can think about him, and he's number 3. Six to Lincoln on this ape signed the law that freed the slaves. Signed the law that freed the slaves. Proposing the Reconstruction Amendments. Civil War. Next up comes. Well, actually, we have some honorable mentions because. Yeah, here's some honorable mentions. First of all comes James Garfield. I mean, he pushed for education and civil rights, but I just couldn't put him on the list. There's already a bunch of ones that I liked, and I just couldn't put him on the list. Also, it wouldn't be really fair, because he was assassinated less than a year into his presidency. Kind of FDR, because he's not my favorite president, nor is he my least favorite. He is not the best president ever. I mean, he was anti-communist and anti-fascist, but actually he was a socialist, so I'm going to get rid of anti-communist and anti-fascist and pro-big business. But and pro-business. But he was also I think he was pro-Christian. But the reason I don't really like him, despite the fact he forced Japanese Americans into internment camps after the hysteria, he was extremely racist. Like, sending Japanese people into concentration camps just because you think that they're going to be a threat to the nation, you should know better. And kind of Richard Nixon. Actually, I forgot. Kind of Richard Milhouse Nixon. Because he did quite a bit of good. He did the EPA. He started the EPA. And he also started with the Earth research. Okay. Anyway, so also did civil rights. And finally, it's civil rights. I think there's something else good that I don't. Okay, detente. Oh, and I forgot. That Richard Nixon opened trade with China and the Soviet Union. So, that's really all I had to cut it. I keep forgetting good things that Richard Nixon did. But another good thing was just protecting the environment in general, not just creating the EPA, just protecting the environment, and signing relatively okay and good bills. It's actually 3-3. The other bad thing he did was do the Cambodia bombings and kill too many innocent people. But that does not mean that he's a really bad president. He's still quite a good president. And finally, my number 1 pick, the president before Jones. This will be extremely controversial. 36 Johnson, Lyndon B. He declared a war on poverty. That already is a reason why I like him so much. After that comes, of course, Civil Rights Act, Voting Rights Act, Indian Civil Rights Act. The only thing that's not really that good about him is Vietnam mobilization. But he's still an amazing president. He's awesome. What did you think of my list? Is there any presidents I might have forgotten? Don't say FDR. I don't really like him that much, but I did put him in honorable mentions. So technically FDR was on this list. So I don't know if I should put this list into the description, but yeah. What about my least favorite presidents around 200? I don't really know. James K. Polk, there was an expansion. They would roll the army. Go check out the American presidents by the what is this for? Association.